The term military analyst is not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor. It's more like economist. Any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
You guys you're so lucky to have. You're so lucky. Man, are you lucky he was born in 1975? Could you imagine? That'd be like dying in 1987. Why would that be like dying in 1987, Cappy? Well, because you died the year before Die Hard came out. You just wouldn't have. It's just like dying. You do know the vast majority of humans that have lived on the planet, they've never experienced ice cream. They didn't get to see Die Hard. They didn't get to see Tropic Thunder. And they're not about to get this wise wisdom I'm about to lay down. You'll be very fortunate to be alive today. Very fortunate. Anyway. I got the house, right? And I got the girlfriend. And I don't know if you knew this, but girls like to have stuff. Okay. And the reason they like to have stuff is because they love the stuff more than you. And it's true. Actually, let me side tangent. I'll get back to how I got my woman to get rid of her stuff. Do it or you leave. I mean, there's the short answer, but that's all ultimatums. I was at a place back in Minnesota, and this is where I was first starting, I'm working remotely, self-employed, don't answer to anyone. I could go anywhere. So I ended up going to a place where some old ladies met at a regular schedule. They, you saw them and they would say hello, and I got to talking to them a little bit and hung out with them a little. I'll never forget. Now, these are all old ladies. I think most of them were widows too. And they're talking about stuff. And one gal says, my husband threw out a bunch of my stuff and we almost got divorced over it. And I tucked that into my brain, which was by that time pretty seasoned. And I thought, okay, you don't just get to that point. He probably asked you to get rid of it. I don't think there's a reason irrational, like just randomly get rid of your crap. It's probably worthless. You probably don't need it. And that goes for everybody. All of you have boxes of worthless shit you don't need. It's critically important. I talk about this. I think it's in Bachelor Pad Economics. You all think like, I have stuff. It directly affects your personal finances because most of your lodging expense does not go to house you. It goes to house all the crap you got and you don't need. So much so that in the United States, we rent storage space for the extra shit we don't use. And I'm not even trying to be funny here. You're a fucked up individual. You got your priorities all fucked up if you got storage. I mean, if you're in between moving, sure. If you got storage space for shit you don't use, shit you don't see, I'm sorry I'm sorry you love stuff so much. I'm not joking about that either. Women, the average woman loves stuff more than she does her husband. Absolutely. But then again, most women don't love their husbands anyway. You can't beat me. You can't beat me in the numbers. Oh, that's a pretty harsh statement. Why? 45% of you end up in divorce anyway. So at least half of you don't like your husbands that much. It's not that much of a jump to say, oh, you need your box of trinkets and crap. You love that more, even though you never see it. Don't get pissed off at me for pointing out your behavior. Don't get mad at me for the numbers you all belie. Anyway, I was captain by that time. I'm like, okay, he wouldn't have just thrown it out. It's probably clogging up the house. It directly lowers your standard of living because you got way more crap. I mean, if you're a hoarder, that's one thing, but even a cluttered house, you can't use rooms. How many of you know? Okay, to show fairness. Man, how many of you have a full garage of stuff that you put anything but your car in because you got stuff? Adds to your storage costs, increases the square footage of the house or the apartment you need. Number one expense in your life. That's serious shit. And then when it came back to the gal, I'm like, you almost divorced your husband for him throwing out, which is probably worthless stuff. He didn't throw out gold bars. I'm sure he let you keep your keep, but he wasn't throwing away important. It was probably junk. And she was almost going to divorce that guy over him getting rid of her junk. This is more of a serious problem than you think. I'm not going to go into it. This is why I have a course on minimalism about it. I have it linked below. Because not only does materialism end up costing you, like this, we're the wealthiest, largest country in the world. We're not the wealthiest country on a per capita basis, but we're up there. And yet, like, only a third of you ever save up enough money for retirement. You're all divorced. You're all miserable. It's American Beauty all over again. It's because you got your damn stuff. And so, since stuff costs you way more than you think, also Americans sick, twisted addiction. Like, you actually love stuff more than your spouse. You tolerate living in a house that's cluttered. And then don't get me about hoarders. Although I'm every time I've talked to hoarders, or not hoarders, but children of hoarders or relatives of hoarders, you try and go and get rid of their stuff. And we're not talking important like stacks of magazines. Oh, it's like you cut them with intent to kill. And the main reason why, listen very closely. I want everyone to listen to me very close. The reason why the hoarders get pissed off if you throw away their worthless stuff, or the wife is about to divorce the husband, all right? Assuming it's not like, well, this is my stuff and you're violating my private property rights, which that I could understand. It's because you are worthless. You have nothing in life. That's why you go and you buy handbags and you get a new handbags and a new set of shoes and then that thing and then this doodad, all that stuff. And then at the end of the day, maybe, you got your little heroin fix. But then in a week, it's done. It's over. And then you go buy new stuff. Look, the reason you do that is because you are worthless, because no one values you, because you haven't made any investment or made yourself worthy to be valued. If you're a valuable person, you were loving, kind, caring, sweet, physically attractive to attract the opposite sex. If you invested in your children, you wouldn't need stuff. People would like you, would have places to go, people to visit, parties to attend, dicks to suck, and holes to fill. Oh, that's so crass. That's the attitude I'm talking about. You probably have a lot of stuff because you don't like sex. But that's so crass. Let me tell you a healthy mind. I'm going to tell you a healthy mind. A healthy mind is someone that prefer to get laid than have more shit. That's a healthy mind. I know sex is icky and gross. I won't say who thinks that. I won't say group of people. Ugh. I'm just pointing that out. So, it wasn't a shock to me, but it was a pleasant, I won't lie, sort of surprise, but I gave the decree. I come down and there's the GF going through her stuff. Just say, yeah, I know you got to move, this and that, and we travel between here and the Southern Command. We're busy people. She has a real job, works a lot. She's going through her stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. Because this is my house. And just so you know, it's not like we got boxes and crap. It's not like a rat's nest or a hoarder. It's just, things are stored. And I'm of the opinion, like, hey, look, go through all your stuff. And if you're not using your stuff, throw it away, donate or whatever. But there's some stuff in your stuff that you're like, oh, I forgot this keepsake. I should display that so it's joyful, like I did with my fossils. My fossils are in boxes for the longest time. I'm like, nope, I'm going to display them. And you enjoy a better life. There's also a better psychology that comes with, like, imagine this. Are you guys jealous? Hang on. Tell me how jealous you are. You don't have to tell me because I know you're going to be really jealous. I've said it before. It's not a lie. I don't have one article, one thing of clutter. I've gone through all my stuff and either put it away or displayed it or gotten rid of it. I don't have a box. I have a box of mementos and notes that's the nursing home. No more stuff. And let me tell you, the psychological boost, the psychological improvement, and therefore the higher standard of living you enjoy without even doing anything with you didn't buy anything. You didn't get a fancier car. You did the opposite. You got rid of your stuff. Now she's going through it. And then somebody I want to, how'd you get her to get rid of her stuff? And I said, well, is it going to do it or are you going to get the hell out? Which I said more politely. I lay down rules and expectation. It's my house. Don't want a lot of crap in my house. Nothing is allowed in my house, although this is a conversation I had many years ago when I had my house. It's still my house, but it was a basement unit of a duplex. Very small. I'm like, this is not, no. Nothing comes in my house because there ain't the room. Unless I approve it, nothing comes in this house. And to show you how open-minded and philosophical and principled I am, I said, when you have a house, you can put all, and the girls, what's pouring to a woman? When you have your own house, you can put all the shit you want in it. Ryan Reynolds, or a house you can put all the shit you want in it. And she'd be, oh my God, he does make a lot of money, but all the shit I want in my house. Because people love shit more than they love their fellow man. It's true. However, it was nice to see because guess what that tells me? She don't need the stuff. She doesn't love things more than human beings. She loves me more than the stuff. And probably, presumably, would like to do it. So she's getting rid of it. And he said, well, how do you do? I said, told her there's nothing coming in my house. You know, we don't have stuff laying around. Absolutely not. So there she was going through it. Finally had the time. You know, very responsible woman, which is sexy when you get older. Right now, all the old timers like, oh, you got rid of her stuff. But I said, but ultimately, what it is like, these are the rules. You're out. I was like, oh, well, I'm married. I'm like, oh, well, then I don't have an answer for you. Yeah, and then you're fucked because you signed the piece of paper that what's the one thing women love more than their stuff? They love your stuff. Oh, it's Niagara Falls when they think about your stuff. I can get his stuff too. And if you're married in many states, that entitles her to half your stuff. But if you sign that piece of paper, there's no teeth. There's no teeth in your rules. Your rules are just you pleading. Like, yeah, this doesn't happen in my house. And if it does, you can leave. You don't have to follow the rules, but these are the rules. Okay, I abide. I agree. All right, thing, man. But yeah, if you want your woman to get rid of her stuff, you say, get rid of yourself, please. I mean, you can be polite about it, certainly make the philosophical argument, the financial argument, but I'm going to guess they don't want to get rid of their stuff because why? What did we talk about before? They love stuff more than you. I would think this would even go the other way too for some men. They're not going to get rid of their garbage or their garage junk or whatever. Oh, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix the car. I'm going to get it up and running. I will. What's your fat ass doing there watching football? Oh, I'm watching homoerotic sports ball so I can masturbate to these men so I can praise them and wear their jersey. Why you ain't out there fixing the car? Be perfectly honest now. I think about it. Yeah, you girls have the same complaint too. Here's an idea for both people. How about you get rid of your stuff and start loving each other? But getting back to how to get room to get rid of this stuff. If you've signed a piece of paper that entitles her to half of your stuff, if you tell her to get rid of her stuff, but she doesn't, then you kick her out. Oh, yeah, that's divorce. But I'm going to put this video out here today for future generations where the premise is you weren't dumb enough to get married to now be legally responsible, put into that legal position. And very right up front, you have to have candid conversations with people right up front, especially in relationships. Not getting married. Do you want to have kids or not want to have kids? You're not going to live with me. You are going to live with Right now, especially if you cohabitate, whether you're married or not, my house. Whose house? Run's house. Run. DMC. And so when you say these are the rules, there's nothing coming into my house. Up front, she's like, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. And then they'll try to sneak it in like a tampon or something. Like, what's that? Take it with you, get it out of here. Not joking about that shit. And that's how you get a woman to get rid of her stuff. But let's say you were busy or you weren't paying attention. You're not married, but now there's a girl in your house. You want to get rid of the stuff. You see, and you're in a you're non-common law marriage state. Like, yeah, you're going to get rid of this stuff. This is all, we're going to go through it, babe. We're going to go purge. And you probably, in full intellectual honesty, have yourself a fair amount of stuff you need to purge. And so you say, you know what? It's going to be purge the stuff day. And you're going to take a weekend. You're going to go through all your boxes, all your totes. And then you just throw it away. Now, there'll be some complications because once again, women love stuff more than you. So even though they might be with you intellectually and philosophically, it literally is like watching them throw out their children. If they love their children instead of aborting them. Man, I'm in a punchy. Like, get rid of that. I'm going to give you some inside advice, okay? No, you're not going to Goodwill. You're not. Because it takes too long and you never make the trip to Goodwill. Right? Now, unless you have a girl like, okay, yeah, we're Goodwill trip. Here we go. Boom. All you do is you get one of them dumpsters. You load it up and you just throw everything away. But it's a good coffee pot. Crash. Not anymore, it ain't. Because the goal is not to, we could say that we could go to Goodwill. Poor people don't deserve the help anyway. And there's plenty of stuff at Goodwill. It's not like there's a lack of stuff in the United States. Not like a lack of I don't go to Goodwill and the clothes rack are thin. You throw it away. You have the junk removal guys pick it up. And you're done. And now you can enjoy your house that's clean, organized, tidy. Maybe you like to have more stuff around than I do. I'm pretty sparse. But you don't have junk laying around. You don't have any stuff. You don't have to worry about it. You close out, you cancel your storage locker rental. And then maybe you could get back to what really matters. That's personal relationships if you'd like. But I'm wondering, I'd be really curious to see how many women in particular would get rid of their stuff if their marriage was on the line. And I guarantee you most would be like, I'm not getting rid of my stuff. And it tells you everything you need to know. She loves the stuff more than you. And you'll find out. It's like, I always wanted to, maybe I do another video of this. Like, I want to do a video like husbands should forbid their wives from shopping at Target. You'll find out whether she likes shopping at Target more than you. You will, which is more her politics more than you. You will. But that's one thing for the younger people. It's too late for you older guys who got married and you got your wife's crap. And then to be intellectually honest, you got a lot of crap. Why don't you guys get rid of that? At least you can improve your lot there. Oh, fuck, I forgot where I was going. But that's how you got it. Oh, for the younger people, please don't get married. And make sure that in doing so, you have the ability to say you're getting rid of your stuff or you're leaving in politer terms than that. Then you will, because life is too short to live in a cluttered house. It just is. It just is. And frankly, I ain't tolerating anyone who lives with me and loves me to love the stuff more than me. And yeah, you are going to choose. But I'm not saying, get rid of your grandma's antique thingamabob that's been in the family for eons. No, don't do that. But your worthless crap that y'all don't need, out into the garbage. Get rid of your stuff. And that's how you get your wife. And ladies, for you, it's real easy. Get rid of your stuff. I'm divorcing you. And most American men, okay, dear. Oh. Can I have one testy out of your purse tonight, dear? I'm going to go play billiards with the boys if it's all right with you. Here's the request form I submitted in triplicate. Can I have one? Only it could be the small one. It's just billiards with the boys. Thank you, sweetheart. You girls could just tell me you getting rid of your stuff or I'm leaving. You'll get compliance. Gavin, the gals, I'm kind of wondering how much you need. I really want to know. Is your soul? My soul's prepared. How's yours? Where do you girls fall in love? Do you love the stuff greater than simple husband? Just wondering. All right, let's go to the super chats, and then Cappy I have to go out and have fun tonight. Travis Schneider, 20 generous dollars. Thanks, Travis. I think new. All my stuff can fit in the back of a car. Bravo. Bravo. Ever since I left Wyoming, everything would fit in my truck. I've lived in Vietnam for 3 years with the stuff I took in a backpack. Yep, same thing with Joker. With such a small amount of stuff, I can move anywhere at any time. Thanks for your content, Cappy. Here's another thing this is more practical for everyone else. But if you just fly with a small little backpack, some underwear and socks, maybe an undershirt and some toiletries, it can all fit in a regular school backpack. Your air flight is dirt cheap because you can fly Spirit, Frontier, JetBlue, a lot cheaper. Hell, I traveled around Europe in just a little backpack. The guy picked me up at the airport. He's like, "Is this all you got?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Wow, you travel light." I'm like, "We're not going to wait for..." I've never waited for baggage. The only time I waited for baggage claim was to collect a gun. Exalted example, $5 spot on. Went through house and threw out everything I haven't used in 6 months. Bravo. Bravo. Awesome. Not seasonal things like coats and swim trunks. My mind is more free. Yeah, I cannot describe in words how much better, how much you drastically improve your standards of living of one, removing everything you don't use or need from your life physically. And then two, having everything done. Like this year, I got the colonoscopy done. I finished all the landscape. Like there is nothing left to do on the house. And the peace and calm, like you can actually, and what do? I immediately start writing another book. But yeah, it is an amazing feeling. But then girls, you're like Golem with the ring, right? Except it's stuff, right? Right. There we go. Okay. We got it now. Chase Roboto, $10. I didn't go full minimalist, but I did decrease my possessions by 60% and found it much easier to maintain and keep track of what I have. Don't miss the other stuff. Right. Drew, $2. What's the best way to troll the Carlson school? Don't worry. I got it. Okay. Don't troll the Carlson school because they'll just ban you from whatever social media. They're not going to respond. I'll take care of them. There's not really what you can do to beat them. I could just do a video or two and certainly prevent, hopefully 20 young people from wasting their life on the worthless degree that the Carlson School of Management offers. So I appreciate it, but go find, you must have had some entity, some group of people that like screwed you over in the past. Go hunt them down. Don't worry. Here, watch. Nobody attended Carlson School of Management. There you go. All right. Drew, $2. All your house is a place to keep your stuff. George Carlin, right. Yep. Catman, $5. Mother's a hoarder. Once she goes, the bonfire will be huge. Yeah, and for those of you like, I'm going to try and help my hoarder relative. No, don't. And if they like, I need help. No, you're going to throw all that stuff away. I'm never visiting you. That's how it is. You got to make them choose between people or stuff. Guess what they're going to choose? Candy Graham for Mongo, $5. My ex's mom was a hoarder. She lost everything in a house fire as a child. Crap piled to the ceiling. Only a habitat trail in between the piles. Right. Surprised that her daughter is your ex. I'm surprised the relationship didn't work out. Your girlfriend or wife, her mom was a hoarder and it didn't work out. I could never see that. Where was dad? Probably buried in the stuff. Zyro Fanti, new guy, $2. This is a $4,000 sofa upholstered in Italian silk. It's just a couch. Drew, Frontier Airlines, $2. Frontier Airlines, $439 fall deal. All you can fly. That sounds good. There you go. Did you know, Mad 2 Canadian everywhere that refused service, #boycott not sorry. Refuse service. Refuse service for what? Like a mask or something? Ukono, $2. Why did boomers not care about their World War II parents? Because short version, the World War II parents spoiled them. Taught the boomers that they were amazing and great and wonderful, and that materialism and things and pot and communism and socialism and hippie culture and spitting in Vietnam veterans' faces was really cool. The World War II generations did not let their children suffer, which is required in order for you to become an adult. And so the boomers only thought of themselves, and they did not. Now, I don't think they just left the world. I know my parents treated their parents well. I'm not saying all of them, of course. You want to really worry about something? Worry about how the millennials are going to treat their parents. That's who I'd worry about. All right, there you go. So, link below, the book of Numbers, analyzing ROI in the pursuit of women. I am not joking. Most women, if given the choice, will take their stuff before they take you. Okay? Husbands, I mean. And then also link below is, of course, to my link to my course, Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. That is $450. Whoa, what? What? I don't know. Are you serious about like getting rid of your spending? Are you? Let me ask you this: if you could take $450 class and not end up like your mom being a hoarder, or your mom could, I could rather say, would you do it? Do you have a storage facility? Oh, shut the fuck up and take the class already then. There you go. Oh, do you have a car payment that's more than $450 a month? Okay. All right. There you go. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.